Similar, shares some characteristics but not all. Alike, shares many characteristics and is very close in resemblance. Identical, shares all characteristics and is exactly the same. Examples: the new model is similar to the previous one, with just a few design tweaks. The two proposals are so alike that they could have been written by the same person. The twins' DNA is identical. Stubborn implies a firm determination not to change, but can sometimes be seen in a positive light. Think of someone who is persistent, sometimes to a fault, but not necessarily unreasonable. Stubborn can be associated with positive traits like determination or persistence. Obstinate implies an unreasonable, inflexible refusal to change, often viewed more negatively. Imagine someone who is unreasonably rigid and refuses to change despite clear reasons or evidence. Obstinate sounds like obstacle, emphasizing the idea of creating unnecessary barriers or resistance. Examples: she was stubborn in her refusal to give up her dream, no matter the challenges. His obstinate refusal to listen to advice eventually led to his downfall. The new public transportation system is both effective in reducing traffic congestion and efficient in terms of energy consumption. Effective. Think of achieving the goal. Memory aid. Effective sounds like effect, emphasizing the outcome. Efficient. Think of minimizing resources. Memory aid. Efficient starts with F, like effort, emphasizing minimal effort or resources used. Examples: the teacher used an effective method to explain complex concepts, ensuring all students understood. The teacher used an efficient method to explain complex concepts, covering the material quickly and clearly. Fair is often used in everyday language to describe actions, decisions, or situations that are impartial and treat people equally. It emphasizes equality and impartiality. The teacher gave a fair assessment of each student's performance. The competition was fair, and everyone had an equal opportunity to win. Just is more formal and often used in legal or philosophical contexts to describe actions, decisions, or laws that are morally right and uphold justice. It emphasizes moral righteousness and legality. The lawyer argued that the punishment was just, given the severity of the crime. They are fighting for a just cause. A parent suggests something is perceived in a certain way, but there may be underlying complexities. It became apparent that he was not interested in the project. The apparent lack of interest was misleading. He was actually very engaged. Evident is stronger than apparent, indicating that something is clear and unmistakable based on the available evidence. The effects of the policy were evident after only a few months. It was evident from his tone that he was upset. Obvious is very strong, suggesting that something is so clear that it cannot be missed or misunderstood. It was obvious that she was the most qualified candidate for the job. The solution to the problem was obvious once it was explained. Childlike is used to describe positive, admirable traits that are reminiscent of children. Childlike is positive, implies innocence and simplicity. He approached the world with a childlike curiosity. She has a childlike faith in people. Childish is used to describe negative, undesirable traits or behaviors that are seen as immature or silly. Childish is negative and implies immaturity, petulance, or silliness. Stop being so childish and act your age. Arguing over such a trivial matter is very childish. Famous. Positive connotation, well known for good reasons. Albert Einstein was a famous scientist. The Eiffel Tower is a famous landmark. Infamous. Negative connotation, well known for bad reasons. Adolf Hitler is infamous for his atrocities. The Salem witch trials were infamous for their injustice. Notorious. Typically negative, but can be neutral in some cases. Well known for a specific characteristic, good or bad. Al Capone was a notorious gangster. The area is notorious for its pickpockets, negative. He's notorious for his sense of humor, neutral. Thoughtful often implies going above and beyond what is expected, showing kindness and generosity. A friend who brings you soup when you're sick is being thoughtful. Leaving a thank you note for a colleague who helped you is a thoughtful gesture. Remembering a loved one's birthday and sending them a gift is thoughtful. Considerate is more about being respectful, polite, and avoiding negativity or harm. Holding the door open for someone is a considerate act. Lowering your voice in a quiet place shows consideration for others. Asking someone how they're feeling after a difficult experience is being considerate. Legal refers to matters related to the law, regulations, and the legal system. It implies conformity with established laws and legal procedures. The company sought legal advice to ensure their new policies were compliant with industry regulations. Focuses on the necessity of professional guidance to navigate legal frameworks. She faced legal challenges after the contract dispute escalated to a lawsuit. Emphasizes the involvement of formal legal proceedings. Lawful implies something is permitted by law, morally right, or in accordance with the rules and regulations. It often conveys a sense of justice and ethical correctness. The protest was peaceful and entirely lawful, adhering to all municipal regulations. Highlights compliance with legal and ethical standards. He was determined to find a lawful way to resolve the conflict, avoiding any illegal actions. Stresses the importance of staying within legal boundaries while seeking solutions. Tired is a general term for feeling sleepy or needing rest. I felt tired after a long day at work. Exhausted indicates a higher level of tiredness, often after significant physical or mental effort. He was exhausted after running the marathon. Fatigued is often used in medical or technical contexts, can imply a chronic condition. The patient's symptoms included chronic fatigue. Worn out emphasizes physical or emotional depletion, often after prolonged effort. The kids were worn out after playing in the park all day. Difficult is often used in formal or neutral contexts, focusing on the complexity or challenge of a task or situation. It often implies complexity or intricacy. Understanding quantum physics is difficult. The exam was very difficult. She found it difficult to balance work and family life. Hard is more commonly used in everyday conversation. can imply physical or mental toughness. The work was hard, but we managed to finish it. He worked hard to achieve his goals. It's hard to wake up early in the morning. Sick is informal and commonly used in everyday conversation. Can also refer to feeling nauseous. Examples: she stayed home because she was feeling sick. The thought of eating that made him feel sick. Ill is more formal than sick, often used in medical contexts or to describe more serious conditions. He has been ill for several days and needs to see a doctor. The hospital specializes in treating ill children. Unwell is polite and somewhat formal, often used to describe a mild or temporary condition. She felt unwell after eating the seafood. If you are feeling unwell, you should rest and drink plenty of fluids. Close implies a short distance or proximity in space or time. Often used with the preposition to indicate the reference point, e.g., close to the beach. Close can also imply a close relationship or connection, e.g., close friends. Adjacent refers to two things being next to each other, sharing a common boundary or border. Implies a more direct and immediate connection than close or near. Often used in formal or technical contexts, e.g., adjacent rooms. Near is similar to close, but can be slightly less precise in terms of distance. Often used with the preposition to, e.g., near the park. Can also be used as an adjective, e.g., the nearest exit. Nearby means in the vicinity or close proximity. Used as an adjective or adverb, e.g., a nearby shop, the restaurant is nearby. Less formal than adjacent and more versatile than near.
Follow for more nuanced grammar tips that will help you sound truly natural in English.